Welcome to our episode on the top things to do in Central İzmir. It's your local friend Duygu again. If we haven't met before through the other İzmir episodes, I'm a travel blogger from Turkey, and in this episode I will take you around central İzmir. İzmir is Turkey's third biggest city, but it has a very different vibe than the others. My personal explanation for its chill vibe is its strong connection with the sea and its multicultural background. So when you're visiting downtown İzmir, you will find all the benefits of a big city, such as great shopping and amazing restaurants, but also some interesting history and culture. I will cut to the chase now, and here are my recommendations. I'm very excited to be here because this is considered to be one of the places İzmir started flourishing from. It is called AGORA, and it is in the middle of the city because the settlement sort of, grew around it. İzmir is the port city. It was a port city back then as well, so trade has always been important here, and this place was built as a marketplace in the Roman times, but also they were using it as a people's court and also for political meetings. And not surprisingly, the current marketplace of the city, which is called KEMERALTI, is about a minute or so from here. KEMERALTI is as local as you can get in İzmir. It's been the center of commerce for centuries, so it's this really historical place with a lot of shops, but also some mosques, synagogues and churches. Here you'll find anything and everything, from some handcrafted local art to some ceremonial clothes that we have. So I recommend you spare at least half a day to see what's here. While you're in KEMERALTI, you have to make sure you stop for lunch here. That's because they have some of the best food in İzmir. Thousands of shopkeepers come here every day to the same eateries, which means that the eaters really have to try their best to deliver the best food. There are some restaurants as such which have been passed on for generations, where they usually do this sort of home-style cooking. But pretty much anywhere you'll go to, you'll have some great food. You can top lunch with a piece of heaven. This is called Şambali. It's a dessert unique to İzmir. You can have it with cream or with ice cream. It's really, really good. Coming to KORDON is one of your absolute musts when you come to İzmir. I couldn't emphasize it more. It is pretty much the shoreline of central İzmir, and it is one of the biggest parks in the city. There are some walkways, bike paths, and it is very, very common for people to come out here after work or on the weekends. And you'll find that there's a shared biking system, so you can get a bike and tour around. Finally, one local or insider tip for you: it is best to come here when the sun is going down, because that's when the people come out. You will find that it's very busy and lively, so save it for the end of the day. This brick tower you see behind me is the historical elevator of İzmir. It actually connects two streets on different levels. It was built over a century ago by a Jewish philanthropist who noticed that the people of the town had difficulty going uphill. Today it still serves that function. It also became a very popular hangout and a great viewpoint. Izmir is a big and a very vibrant city. People love to go out, so it's a very social place. The restaurants and the cafes are pretty much busy any time of the day. So I suggest you also treat yourself to this environment. You'll find some really nice restaurants, and also it's a great place for shopping. You'll find some good opportunities in the center. There are also malls scattered to the different areas of the city. And now I brought you to Kültür Park, which is this park in the middle of the city. It is huge. There are some pools, parks, and even an amusement park if you're with a kid. But I think one of the most important aspects of the park is that it is home to İzmir International Fair. It started as a trade fair, but it also became this really big city festival, which lasts around 10 days. So if you come here during the festival, you will find some concerts, some theaters, some movie screenings, and other activities for your enjoyment. Izmir is a great place to be young, and there are many reasons why, but I think the nightlife here would be one of my top reasons. In the center of Izmir, there are plenty of bars which are converted from old houses. You will find a variety of options, from something traditional Turkish to some cocktail bars, some DJ performances, or some live music. It gets very crowded on weekends, but even on a weekday, you'll find that it's quite lively here. This is one of my favorite street foods ever. It is called midye dolma, and it means stuffed mussels because, as you will see in a second, it is actually stuffed with rice. You use the mussel itself to scoop it out like a spoon, and you drizzle it with some lemon, and you swallow it in one bite. So no biting, the whole thing at once. Two kumrus you should try in İzmir. Kumru is actually the name of this bread with sesame, and this is breakfast kumru. It is sold on the streets and the vendors, like, you know, grab and go style. You might be also able to find it in the bakeries. This is hot kumru, and this is sort of this İzmir style fast food. And for this one, you have to go to a place where they make it, which is also quite common. What you see here is a typical İzmir breakfast, and this is boyoz. It's a pastry that we inherited from the Jews that came from Spain. It is also quite typical to have boyoz with eggs and olives, and of course Turkish tea. But alternatively, if you want, you can try sübiye, which is a drink made from melon seeds. The traditional boyoz is plain, but in some locations you can find different varieties. Now, this can be a little intense for some of you. It's called söğüş, and it is made with the meat that comes from the head of the sheep. They use the cheeks, the tongue, and the meat around the eyes. But if you're doing a proper dive into söğüş, you can ask for some brains as well. I have a mix here. This is going to be my first time too. Here I go. It's actually surprisingly good. I'm impressed. Mm. After checking out AGORA, you might want to extend your visit to KADİFEKALE, which is the castle of the old city. Here you'll get some excellent views of İzmir, especially around the sunset. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far into the video, we have more videos on other regions of İzmir in our YouTube channel. So remember to subscribe and I will see you in the next episodes.